Now I bring my co-host into the studio or into the discussion, and this is where I bring in Steve. And Steve, thank you for making it to the studio once again.
Thank you, Kuju.
I'm grateful, and we are grateful for the insightful stories that you've been giving us. Filla, give us the filler and let's move on.
Sure, good evening, cherished viewers, and let me take the opportunity to say hi to Erikusu Eke Akunta, a colleague who is a fervent watcher or viewer of this program, and also another colleague, Martin Odoe. And good evening to you and your family, and thanks for always sticking and staying with us. Now we move on to the tidbit segment of the show, where we celebrate excellence and promote hard work. So here we share all the beautiful stories around the world of sports, where people are doing wonderful stuff that set them apart from the whole competition. And so that's what we are starting with. And I start from all the way Manchester United, so the city of Manchester, where Manchester United has been the talk of town over a long period of time. They have been beat first, second, and third. The last one coming in on Friday, 28th of April 2023, where some two lifelong fans of United, Sheikh Yassim Al-Nathani or Al-Thani, and then the richest man in Britain, that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe of the Indian group, who have bidded for the stake or a stake in United. Now, Jim Ratcliffe is asking for 69% of United, leaving 31% of it to the Glazers to continue to have a minority stake in United. Some fans are not in favor of this. So throughout the weekend, there have been massive protests with thousands of fans at Old Trafford and beyond the city of Manchester, insisting that the Glazers must stay off United, sell 100% share to Sheikh Yassim Al-Thani, and then leave the club so that the club can breathe some sign of relief and start life afresh, because they feel the Glazers have been a curse on United. The club has struggled despite so much investment in players and a few other things. The club is debt laden. It's currently over £1 billion. Sheikh Al-Thani wants to have a debt-free United, so he's not going to borrow money to buy United. He has so much money, £5.6 billion to invest in United. Asking buying, and then so much more billions to invest in buying players, and of course improving on the current training ground, which is Carrington, and then of course Old Trafford as far as infrastructure is concerned. If you remember, one of the key things Cristiano Ronaldo spoke about as his way of criticizing United was that United had not grown from where he left off. So he left United so many years back. He came back in and realized that the club is where it is, with the likes of City and Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool overtaking as far as infrastructure was concerned. So he thought that was an area they had to develop in. The club came heavily on Ronaldo, but that was the fact. And so Sheikh Al-Thani wants to invest heavily in United and change the fortunes of the club and get the club to begin to compete favorably again in major tournaments. So that is where we are at United. From United we move on to the next, and we are talking about Chelsea. Now what is happening to Chelsea? Chelsea over a long period of time has struggled to win games, and it started from Tuchel. Tuchel came in, he won them the Champions League, and then he started struggling. They had to sack him, bring in our good friend Lampard. Lampard came in, struggled. In fact, they left, and then he brought in our very good friend Potter, the Potter man, the Potter's Lodge man, who never really got going, and then so he also got fired. And Lampard got brought back in, and Lampard has not managed to win a single game since he came in. In fact, he won all his 5 games. He'll be playing tomorrow against Arsenal, who has beaten or have beaten Chelsea more than any other club since Arteta returned or came into the fold as a coach. And so they are expected to lose that game again, playing away from home. And so things are not going well for Chelsea. Chelsea have had the thumbs up from club owner Togboli and his co-owner to sell as many as 10 players. Already quite a number of them have been sold. One key player, Jorginho, has been sold, and then there are others who are rumored to be leaving, and that includes Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, and then we are talking about Aubameyang, as well as quite a number of other ones, Khalid Koulibaly, and then the Senegalese goalkeeper, our very good friend Mendy. So quite all these guys are going out. Of course, there have also been talks about those who are coming in. At a point, our good friend Mourinho, you can't hate Mourinho. So Chelsea fans hate to love him and love to hate him. So at a point, Chelsea needed a coach in. Nobody was ready, so they contacted Mourinho. Mourinho said, look, you've treated me badly enough. I'm not going to come back even though I love Chelsea. And of course, the man who brought me to Chelsea is no more there. Our good friend is no more there from Russia. So I'm not going to come in here because it looks like the current owners of the club don't know what they are doing. And so he won't come. So he chose the Roma over Chelsea. And that's what it is. Now, the person in the front running for the role of Chelsea as a coach is our good friend Pochettino, who left Tottenham, went to PSG and got fired and has been jobless since. And so next season we're expecting somebody called Pochettino leading the Chelsea line with as many as 10-11 players moving out. Of course, somebody is also rumored to be coming in. And our good friend who has not settled in quite well at PSG, Neymar, the Brazilian Mercurian, dribbler and fanciful player. Well, some people have started warning Chelsea to even stay of our good friend Neymar, because Neymar is just a salary drawer according to them. He comes in there, jokes around, really achieves nothing, and then takes so much money. So Chelsea, beware. They said buyer beware, Chelsea beware of Neymar. So that is it from Chelsea. We move on to our very good home called, as we are talking about London, Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know if you've ever heard this before. Have you heard that a club had gone into a game, lost so massively, and then the players decided together to refund the fans who had attended the match? Well, that is what Tottenham Hotspur are doing for some 3,000 fans who traveled to Newcastle to watch their 6-1 drubbing against by Newcastle. So they are going to fork out, F-O-R-K, not what you think. Fork out to spend some £90,000 in compensation for some 3,000 fans who went to watch that horrible game where they were so badly beaten. The last time they were so badly beaten was, I think, 2012-2013 season. And so this was so bad that they had to commit to give compensation to the fans who went to watch the game. And that's what they're giving out. I've watched House of Oakma several times. I watched Kotokoma several times. And I spent money buying tickets. Nobody refunded me for a poor showing. I think we should be recommending this to the Ghanaian clubs who are so bad at performing and so good at disappointing their fans. Of course, the Black Stars especially. So GFA, Keto Kreku, maybe should be taking a leaf from the likes of Tottenham Hotspur. All right, so we move on to the next one. We are talking about our home here, Samuel Osei Kuffour. What is happening to GFA? What is happening to the Black Stars? Well, Stephen Appiah came to criticize the Black Stars and criticize the current GFA as one that is not wanting to blend experienced footballers with administrators to help the going forward of the national team. Now, he's been so much lampooned, and somebody called him an illiterate and asked him to go back to school. So when he gets his certification, he should come back and come and fight for a post at GFA. Well, Samuel Osei Kuffour quickly also decided to act. And so we are told he decided to resign from the management team of the Black Stars, just going into the double header against Angola. And every effort made to bring Osei Kuffour back proved futile. Osei Kuffour said, look, I want to concentrate on Footballers Association. So yes, professional footballers have an association. Osei Kuffour is one of the executives. He said, look, GFA business is not so much of a business for me. I am tired. I've done from 2020 to 2023. I'm tired. I don't want to continue to work with the GFA again. I'm moving out. But there are speculations that there is so much toxicity, so much dislike, so much conflict, so much politics in the affairs of GFA leadership that nobody who knows so much into football, especially as a past legend of the Black Stars, want to be involved in the running of football at the GFA. If this is true, well, I can only advise Mr. Simeon Okreku and co to be mindful of the fact that the Black Stars and the national teams are for all of us. And so if we want the best and if we want the love to come back, we must be all inclusive. Let's not leave it to a few people to run, in as much as they may know, as far as book is concerned, so much about football administration than most other people. Bring in all the people, get them involved, get them to bring ideas, help to project the game in Ghana, and of course our national team, so that we can go further than we currently are. And if you are not ready to do this, sorry. Otherwise, somebody should be coming out to explain to us why our legends are not willing to contribute to the forward march of the GFA. Now, having said all this I've said about the GFA, I would like to commend them, and of course, the sports team, I would like to commend them for the yeoman's job they've done in giving our old good time friend, World Cup, under 20 World Cup winner, Filla-Steve, 50,000 Ghana cedis, as a way of showing appreciation for the good work he's done for Ghana as a coach and as an administrator. Now, this man has been sick for a long time. He's been bedridden, and nobody had been minding him until he started shouting, and the media started publishing stories that obviously taint the image of the GFA and the state. And so people have started coming in. GFA have set up a foundation that is hoped to be helping past footballers and past administrators who in one way or another are struggling financially and are not able to put food on their table. We are hoping that this foundation will be one that is lively and very active towards ensuring that all those who are in need of assistance as far as finance and some other things are concerned, shelter, they'll be able to sort it out, because GSA alone can't do this. I'm sure along the way they will be calling for help here and there from the public. Those of us who can help are encouraged to help, so that we can continue to see them do the good they have started with Filla-Steve as the first recipient of their foundational award or contribution or donation. We move on straight to Pandoras of Lions. And Kojo, if you are aware, Pandoras of Lions had been out of the Premier League for some 14 years, or so, yeah, some 8 years. They've been away because they were relegated. And at the time they were relegated, one Ahiapo was in charge. Randy Abi, a good friend, a media friend and a media personality, doctor, took over the ownership of the club, and the club has managed to finally find a way back into the Premier League coming next season. And they've done this so well, with 16 points ahead in Zone 3 of the competition at that level. And so congratulations to Pandoras of Lions on a good job done. We hope that when they come in, they would have learned lessons from whatever would have taken them to relegation, and find a way of staying up throughout the rest of their lives in the Premier League. Last but not least, we talk about Kodoko. Now, if you remember, there was an accident sometime 2017 involving Asani Kodoko when they came to Accra to play Inter-Allies. On their way back, they had a gory accident where one person lost his life. In fact, Thomas Obiansare lost his life, and after he lost his life, a few other people were found to have been badly injured and wounded. That included Steve Polak, their coach, and then of course assistant coach Godwin Ablode. Now, a number of other people have come out criticizing the club because the club since then had not done anything to help them alleviate their pain and to sort them out in way of compensation. And so they've been up in arms. The media has reported it all over. Now, Kotoko has been compelled to come out with a statement. And according to them, since the current management took over in 2020, they've made efforts to find lasting solution to compensate these people. But the board have not agreed in giving out what they had put before them. So they are still pushing. Those who are affected should relax. Eventually, they will come to their aid. I hope that the rest of the Kotoko family, the Santehene, and all those involved in shaping up Kotoko to be the club they are, would find a smarter way and a fast and a quicker way to address these issues that their lovely and loyal patriots have done for the club, so that they can have their pains alleviated. Those who have limbs taken off here and there would have whatever they have to take to be able to console themselves. And we hope that on that note, we will begin to celebrate our heroes, as Kotoko is committed to doing, and GFA has done through the foundation that they have formed. On that note, we end our show as far as the tidbit segment is concerned today. I'll come your way very soon with the history of Manchester City. City are the ones everybody's talking about. They've been behind, they've been on top of the the Premier League a few 60 something times. Arsenal 200 and something days, and then I think Tottenham Hotspur some 6 days or 7 days. Suddenly City have found a way of coming top of the league with a game in hand against Fulham. I'll be giving you where City started from, including the fact that City, you see today, didn't begin this way.